The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a high fly ball hit pretty deep, right center field. Perez going back to the wall. Gone! Grand slam, Juan Soto. His first as a New York Met comes in a massive spot, and he gives the Mets a 6-3 lead.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Castrovins. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, and as you return to work after the long Labor Day weekend, or maybe just blow off all your responsibilities and turn it into an even longer weekend, we're going to get you caught up on everything you need to know about baseball today, including Juan Soto's late season surge, a truly ridiculous home run for the Red Sox, and so much more. Let's get to it. Remember earlier in the season when people, and by people I mean Mets fans, were freaking out about Juan Soto? Soto entered September with a 900 OPS on the season and a 155 adjusted OPS plus. If there was a knock on Soto's season, it was that much of his power production had come with nobody on base. Only 10 of his 35 home runs had come with runners on. More like Juan Solo, am I right? Well, that wasn't a problem on Labor Day, as Soto had his best game yet as a New York Met. It happened in Detroit, where the Mets began a series with the first-place Tigers and were trailing 3-2 in the fourth inning when Soto came to bat with the bases loaded and mashed in the Motor City.
1-2. Curveball in the air, deep right field, back toward the wall. That ball is out of here! Juan Soto with a grand slam to put the Mets in front. His first home run this season with more than one runner on base. His second career grand slam, Soto's 36th home run of the year, and it's 6-3 New York.
That was not a Juan run home run. That was a granny. Soto's second in his career, along with one he hit for the Friars in that aforementioned 2023 season. But Soto wasn't done on this day. After the Tigers tied it at 6 in the 5th, the Mets had more work to do and leave it to Soto to get it done. He came to bat with 2 aboard in the 6th inning and ripped one down the first base line.
And the breaking ball pulled over the bag. That's a fair ball going down the line, and the Mets will retake the lead. Torrens is in. Lindor being waved around by Mike Sarbaugh. He will score. Soto to third with a 2-run triple. A 6 RBI day for Juan Soto, and the Mets are back in front 8-6.
That 2-run triple gave the Mets the 8-6 edge, and they would go on to win this one 10-8. Soto's 6 RBI matched a career high and added to his growing case to be an NL MVP finalist. Turns out the $765 million man is a pretty good hitter after all. Go back and remind your April self of that, will you? Any home run involving Pesky's pull at Fenway Park is a special thing. In a typical season, there might be a few homers that curl around the corner and take advantage of the pull's proximity, a mere 302 feet from home plate. Earlier this season, Ceddanne Rafaela had a Pesky special in which he snuck it inside the pole for a 308-foot game-winning homer in the bottom of the 9th, the shortest walk-off homer of the StatCast era. But what Trevor Story did on Monday was peculiar, even by Pesky standards. With the Red Sox up 5-3 on the Guardians, Story led off the bottom of the 6th against reliever Jacob Junis and lifted a high fly ball into that famous right field corner.
They'll fly that one down the line. That one heading near the Pesky pole, and that ball is Noel up against the wall, and it's going to be a foul ball.
Guardians right fielder Jhonkensy Noel got to the ball, but it bounced off his glove, and in the initial view of the umpire, went foul. But a replay review showed otherwise. Turns out the ball bounded off Noel's glove, then struck Pesky's pole, then hit Noel's glove again, then hit a fan. Because replay showed the ball hitting the pole prior to the fielder securing possession, it was ruled a home run, Story's 23rd of the season. The official distance of the storybook dinger? Just 306 feet. The solo shot, which would have likely been an out or foul ball in 29 other parks, helped the Red Sox to a 6-4 victory and a virtual tie with the idle Yankees for the top AL wildcard spot, and Boston holds the head-to-head tiebreaker there. Sometimes you need a little magic on your side or a little help from the ghost of Johnny Pesky. Coming up, the Reds aren't dead. That's after the break. We talked yesterday about how the Cincinnati Reds are still clinging to life in the NL wildcard race. And though they weren't helped by that aforementioned Mets win up in Motown on Monday, the Reds at least were able to remain 4 games back of the Mets thanks to what happened in the bottom of the 9th in Great American Ballpark. Now, in the top of the 9th, the Reds had blown a 2-1 lead when Bo Bichette and Dalton Varsho homered back-to-back. So it was 4-2 Blue Jays, and things were looking rough for the Reds until TJ Friedl came to bat with 2 aboard and 1 out.
That's roped over first, base hit! Hayes around third, he scores! Friedl left on left, the Reds are back!
With the ballpark still buzzing from the ground rule double that made it 4-3 and 2 runners in scoring position, it was Noelvi Marte's turn at the plate.
Swinging a ground ball through the left side, base hit. 1 run home. Friedl gets the wave. Straub throwing. The throw to the plate. Not in time, and the Reds walk it off.
The Reds' 5-4 win was just their second in the last week, but also their second in a row. So we'll see if Terry Francona's club can get hot in the home stretch with the Mets visiting them this weekend. Elsewhere in MLB, it was terrible news for the Padres on Monday night. Not only did they suffer a 4-3 loss to the Orioles, but they also lost one of their top relievers, Jason Adam, who suffered a tendon rupture and had to be carted off the field. Astros starter Luis Garcia completed his long road back from Tommy John and spun 6 solid innings in his first start since May 1st, 2023, as Houston beat the visiting Angels 8-3. That Astros win, combined with the Mariners' 10-2 loss in Tampa, extends Houston's AL West lead to 3 games. Where things are really getting interesting in the AL is the wild card race, where despite a litany of injuries, the Rangers are making a run at Seattle for that final spot. In Arizona on Monday night, Texas scored 2 runs in the 9th to force extra innings. In the 10th, rookie Alejandro Osuna came up with 2 out and 2 runners in scoring position and smoked a comebacker up the middle for an infield single that scored both runs. The Rangers won 7-5, their 6th straight win, to pull within 1.5 games of the Mariners. The Phillies took the opener in Milwaukee against the Brewers by scoring the go-ahead runs in the top of the 9th inning of a 10-8 victory. The Cubs erased a 6-1 deficit, and then Carson Kelly singled home the winning run in the bottom of the 10th as the Cubbies walked off the Braves 7-6. Rafael Devers, Drew Gilbert, and Willy Adames all went deep in the Giants' 8-2 win over the Rockies. J.J. Bleday had himself an A-OK day, belting 2 homers in the A's thumping of the Cardinals 11-3. Nationals left-hander Andrew Alvarez and catcher C.J. Stubbs made their debuts on the same day and proved a terrific battery, taking a no-hitter into the 5th inning in the Nats' 2-0 win over the Marlins. Rookie White Sox shortstop Colson Montgomery launched his 16th homer in only 47 career games as the Sox beat the Twins 6-5 at Target Field. Finally, we had a couple more interesting moves come across the transaction wire on Monday, which carried a noon Eastern Time deadline for teams to add players to their organization to be eligible for postseason play. The Dodgers reunited with veteran left-hander Andrew Heaney after he was designated for assignment by the Pirates last week, giving the defending champs some pitching depth. Meanwhile, the Braves claimed infielder Ha-Sung Kim off waivers from the Rays, but the Braves will take over the remainder of Kim's 2-year contract, which runs through 2026, potentially buying themselves some infield insurance for next season. That's all for today's show. Tonight, TBS shines the spotlight on a big American League battle, a premier pitching matchup, and a potential postseason preview as Max Fried and the Yankees visit Framber Valdez and the Astros at 8:10 Eastern Time, 7:10 local. Matt Monaghan will be back with you to recap all that and more. Until next time, thanks for listening. Please be sure to leave us a rating and review, share this episode with the baseball lovers in your life, and have a great Tuesday, everyone.